Good afternoon. Hope everyone had a happy holiday. Thanks for tuning in to TribLIVE Radio, the PantherLair Show. I'm Chris Peak. And the thought I keep having over the last week or so, certainly over the last maybe 4 days after you move past the holiday season, is that it seems like a new day, doesn't it? If you're a Pitt fan, if you follow Pitt, does it feel different to you? I think it does, and I'm not sure I can put my finger on it exactly. Somehow it just feels different. There's a new football coach, new athletic director, new chancellor, and the third one of those might be more important than the first two put together, but something just feels different right now. Call it naivety or optimistic guessing or delusions of grandeur, whatever you want to call it. And I've seen it called a lot of different things because I'm not the only one expressing this sentiment, and I've seen some people reject it out of hand. But something feels different. If you've watched this program, if you're close to this program, just feels different. Admittedly, this isn't based on anything tangible. It's not based on anything you can see or touch or quantify. Pat Narduzzi, Pitt's new head coach, he hasn't coached a game yet. He hasn't, let alone a season or even a representative sample of at least 3 years. Patrick Gallagher, the chancellor, hasn't hired a new athletic director, and we haven't seen that new athletic director in action. There's a whole lot of unknowns, but I don't know. It just feels different. It's a new day, and I don't know, maybe I've been watching too much of the Wire Marathon and thinking about Stringer Bell and Prop Joe's New Day Co-op, but that's how it feels. That phrase just keeps sticking in my head, a new day. It's a new day in Pitt football. You got a new head coach who, at least over the first 3 days of his tenure as Pitt head coach, seems to embrace a lot of the things that his predecessor did not. He's already been active in recruiting. His introductory press conference was full of the kind of energy that I think you want to see out of your head coach. And really, he kind of hit all the right notes. And it feels fresh and new. And it's a new day in the athletic department. There will be a new athletic director, and we could spend a lot of time, and I think we did a week or two ago, offering a post-mortem on the career of Steve Peterson. I think it's safe to kind of sum it up by saying that a change was probably due. You and I know the state of the football program over the last 7 years. There was a brief span of success surrounded by a whole lot of mediocrity. 24 regular season wins the last 4 years. 14 conference wins the last 4 years. Attendance was a mess. At some point, there had to be accountability, and finally it fell on Steve Peterson. And now it's a new day. And that brings us to the chancellor. He started in August. He saw what you saw all season, both on the field and in the stands at Heinz Field. He saw it, and it bothered him as much as it bothered you. But unlike you, he was in a position to do something about it. Now, I don't think Patrick Gallagher intended to fire Steve Peterson when he did. I think Steve Peterson's days were numbered, and he would have been gone by this time the next year, or maybe by the summer. But when Paul Chryst left, I think that accelerated the process. Steve Peterson wasn't going to hire another football coach. So the change was made, despite a rather hefty sum being owed to Steve Peterson on the remainder of his contract. Patrick Gallagher was willing to pay the money to make a change in athletics because it's a new day. At least that's how it feels. And maybe the chancellor really is about that life. Maybe Pat Narduzzi, really is the answer. Maybe the new athletic director really will guide this athletic department to a new age of success. I don't know if that will happen. None of us does. But as we sit here at the dawn of the new year, it feels like there's a much greater chance of that happening than there has been in a long time. This is